guys, it's August 28th or Sunday. I'm just gonna kind of do what one of my friends said, a ride along. There's a military Humvee. Just try and get some stuff. I think because of the flood, I've been getting caravan by a lot of military vehicles. And I know that sounds, to non-TIs, that sounds egotistical, that I would even be saying the flood with this, but it has affected my stalking with people. There's a one-light truck with a trailer. It has affected my stalking because people from surrounding parishes who were displaced moved into here, and there's definitely stalking going on. There's an empty trailer, guy in a truck with an empty trailer. The light's changing. I'm gonna go under it. I mean, this is just a normal day for me now, and it's not stabilized. It gets worse. There's a one-light SUV up ahead, right there, if you see it, going by. I mean, this is a day when I go out on the street. I've been sensitized to certain things, and certain things I don't even have to be sensitized to. I know a lot of other TIs who've been sensitized to certain colors, and I think they try and do that to me, but I can't put colors on a video. I think that other TIs should, because it's true. It's true that they do use color caravanning. They'll do white or black. It's just something that I don't notice because it's not staring me right in the face. A TI has to be sensitized to those things, and that's something they really want to get a target individual sensitized to, is color combinations in cars, because that's something that a non-TI can easily dismiss. I do think they've tried to do that with me. I don't notice it as much because I just want to notice the bizarre behavior. Military vehicles. Before the flood, it was, just authority vehicles. Now I see a lot of military Humvees, and actual military vehicles, like running supplies and stuff like that. It's not like they've come here to just do that. They've come here for flood relief. They've come to our area, and they're still here for flood relief, but they stop off and do a little gang stalking because they're in the area. Because this program from DHS Fusion Centers and the DoD, parallel with directed energy weapons, it flows all the time. So even in a big emergency, people will still be gang stalking. The program never stops. It's 24/7. Even in emergencies, people will, do their jobs with their emergency vehicles or whatever. I've even seen, I've seen a lot of Red Cross vehicles, but I'm not going to say that they were gang stalking. But these people would go and they'd come and do their job. They do flood relief, and when they're on a break, they would take the break and do a little bit of gang stalking to make some extra money. It is true. I know how that will sound. Not apologetic for it, but I just want to. When I say I know how that sounds to non-TIs, I'm not apologizing for it, and I really want to say this a lot because I want to make it clear. I want people to understand that I understand that, that I'm not just some raving lunatic. I understand how this will look to non-TIs because it's supposed to look that way to people who are not targeted. The reason why this is so evil is that it is only the target individual sees it, and a lot of and there's a one-light SUV coming up right there. A lot of the torture, the stuff, the remote neural monitoring, the directed energy weapons aimed at our bodies, we only feel that. We only, because they're targeting our bodies in a specific way. They use your specific biosignature in your brain, almost like a radio receiver, and then you receive these signals, and then they can put imagery or phrasing into your head, and they can do a lot of sophisticated stuff with it, to where it's really, it is like at a certain point, like at the beginning I was like, oh, that's definitely not me, that's not me, but they intertwine things with even stuff that you're thinking, and then they'll direct it like the directed dreaming. So it's a vicious thing. And when I say things like, I understand how crazy that sounds, I want people to hear that I understand how crazy that sounds, and I think a lot of other TIs do it. We're not apologizing for what we're feeling or seeing, but we're trying to describe it in a way that non-target individuals will understand how dangerous it is, because they're doing this to people who are trapped, who can't get help, who society will not help them. I have EMS workers drive around me, fire marshals drive around me, in my spine, like right now. I'll stop right now. In my right ear, just this really huge high-pitched sound that kind of crested. It peaked, crested, and then went away. So they're like marking the side of my head. I think those are RF. They're making an RF point, which they can then direct energy, direct electromagnetic frequencies to that target point on my head using a remote station. But when I say things like that, I'm not apologetic about any of this, and nobody said that to me. But I just want to make it clear to you guys, that I want non-TIs to understand that we understand how crazy this sounds. We understand how crazy it sounds. It sounds so crazy that they have built this whole, instead of saying, okay, America, there's this surveillance network, and it's kind of getting worse, and people are being surveilled, and there's directed energy weapons now, and who are they being tested on, and there's a lot of new stuff going on in the world, and a lot of people kind of hooking up with DHS fusion centers, like, where's all this stuff going? What do these people do? Instead of asking these real questions, all that sounds so crazy to our conditioning as human beings that psychiatrists have even come out and said, hey, it's this whole new mental disorder. Because things in the world are changing, there's a whole new mental disorder now. Because of 9/11, because of the Patriot Act, and there's a light changing in front of me, the V2K just said, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. And then they changed the light. Because somebody was like, that's stupid. And then he said, we've got to do it. Because he's going to just do everything he can. But the thing is, it's like, instead of saying, okay, 9/11 happened, and the Patriot Act, and more surveillance, and there are directed energy weapons now, and a DHS fusion center, what are all these things doing? There's third-party contracting for private corporations. What are all these things doing while we're sleeping at night? Who are they experimenting on? Instead of asking real questions, the conspiracy fact is so big that they've gotten people to say that there's this group of people and they're delusional because of all this new stuff in our world. They're delusional. And that car was a one-light car, that white car right there. They're saying, okay, things are so different in society that these people have gone crazy. They have a new disorder, and they're all saying the same thing. They're all saying the same thing. Millions of people are reporting directed energy weapon attacks, remote neural monitoring, synthetic telepathy, and the world has changed so much that they blame it on humans. They blame it on the targets to push back blame. And there's another light change right in front of me, right when I go up. So this is a way to I guess triple, quadruple, infinitely victimize the target individuals. I also want to make it clear, guys, I do not like the term target individuals. I don't see myself as a target. I see myself as a human being. Like, I think chosen individual is good, or humanity warrior, or any other term. But I want to use that term because, that's the term out in society, that people will come to the YouTube videos and see it. And sometimes I get comments. I get great comments. I mean, the majority, 90% of them are, other target individuals going through this. Probably more than that, 95%. I get about 5% of the comments that are like, man, you need to go get some mental help. You know, you're just like all other target individuals, because there's a whole camp of people who are trying to make it look like we just see these color vehicles, and they use all the poorest examples of what we see. Now we have directed energy weapon burns, we have headaches, we see one-light cars that are coming, but they say you see people wearing colored shirts and you see colored cars. So they take the poorest examples of the evidence that we have, and they just say that for their line. So what they've done is they have come up with a conspiracy theory to debunk the truth. Of what's happening. There's a one-light SUV that was waiting in that parking lot. You know, they've come up with a conspiracy theory camp that is actual conspiracy theory that this is not happening, that we are crazy, and that we just see people with certain colors on, and you know, we're harassing people, and we see them with their phones, and you know, we think that's something. This guy really coming up fast on me behind me, not slowing down at all. Because what they want to, they have been doing this a lot. When I make a video, they'll come up fast on me, and like I have to go somewhere, and they'll come up really fast on my tail and just like punch it, and then honk at me, so that on these videos I will look like I'm, you know, I have this phone and I'm just rambling around and not watching what I'm doing. I think that is a tactic that they're trying to use now. But it's amazing. It's amazing that these people who are like, oh, these conspiratards, you know, they see people wearing certain color hats, and you know, they use the worst examples. We give them the best examples. You know, and those things do happen. Sensitization to targets does happen, but it takes a long time. You know that you're in this program. You research it, and then they'll start wearing red hats or something like that, and you're sensitized to it. But there's stuff that's right in our face. There's one-light cars that are just spilling out onto the streets. You know, changes. I mean, y'all saw 2 light changes on me just now. The directed energy weapons, like that are just, they make your spine burn and around your head burn. It's amazing though that the other side, that seems that they want to make it seem like it's holding some status quo, is the complete conspiracy theory. To not believe that people with money and power, and they want to learn more about these weapons or whatever, make money from them, if they're not learning, would get together and do something because they don't believe that people will believe the people that they're victimizing. It's absurd. It's so absurd, and it's like these people, you know, they're propped up, and it's like look at all these crazy target individuals. They're dangerous to society. They hold on to their delusions, and then we are victimized further. We're like quadruple victimized, because let me tell you guys, and I know the majority of y'all understand this. Like, this is really hard stuff all the time. I mean, this is people responding to what I'm visualizing, or words that I'm thinking of, just